So in terms of physical too, it's highly variable when a woman will get her cycle back after having a baby. A lot of it has to do with breastfeeding, but not necessarily. It's very variable how long women will bleed after having a baby. And so those things affect our hormone levels. I think it's really important to know your cycle. It's also extremely not normal, but not commonly known, that you have your bleeding part of your cycle, you have a wet part of your cycle, you have a dry part of your cycle, and then you typically have a clumpy or sticky part of your cycle. Certainly not something I was ever taught about my body or periods or cycles, and I think that it's important to know that, because you won't worry when you're feeling one of those. You know, you won't have a dry spell and be like, oh my gosh, I'm hormonal, something's wrong, I don't have any lube. Like, lube's a separate thing. I brought the one we use at the office. It's aloe based. I have a whole blog post about lube that I actually wrote after my husband and I got done having sex. I was like, babe, I gotta go write something, I'll be right back. It's seriously like 10:30 at night. And it's titled Just Do It. I think one misconception that I had about lube was that it would help me but make it worse for him. Not true. Good motion and the good kind of friction is better for everybody. Anything that's, you know, you don't want those micro tears. It's not worth it. I think we're gonna get into these pieces of it in a minute, but I think women have a hard time asking for what we want. I think sometimes we don't want to stop things. We're like, oh, I'll be fine, just get through it. And then we're like raw and burning after. Not necessary, not worth it. So my advice is, when in doubt at all, just use lube all the time. And then you don't have to think about it or worry about it or stop things or ask for it or make a thing out of it. Just make sure if you're using condoms that you don't use an oil-based lube, because it can deteriorate the condom and then you're pregnant again.